Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sleep Sleepers series, where we're doing our best to work with the worst. In this episode, I want to talk a little bit about ingredients. Now, I haven't really been considering ingredients that much on this account, just because I haven't really had the opportunity to all that much thus far, only catching one ingredient specialist so far in our Comfey. However, we have an interesting opportunity coming up here. We caught in the last episode a very interesting Muna that could potentially give us the opportunity to make tea time corn scones. Now, I've looked in the calculator a little bit, and if I currently have an ingredient bag space of 400. I haven't been necessarily putting as many diamonds into that as I should. I've probably been spending more on my item bag than what I should otherwise. Um, so I've because the item bag really isn't that helpful, but I'm just an item hoarder. So, yeah. Anyway, ingredients. I have 400 ingredient bag space. And I found that with this team, over the Cresselia versus Darkrai event, if they have the same boosts that we typically see, I don't know why berry specialists are set to infinite. But let's change that to normal, because that could change things. But in that circumstance, we're able to make the tea time corn scones pretty consistently. Yes, it does take a good camp ticket, but I have one saved up that I collected from Island, like, Sleep Style Dex goals. You can get one after, I think it's the one in between Snowdrop and Lapis, gives you a good camp ticket, a free good camp ticket. Which is the only one I believe that you get in the game that's free without the premium pass, so that's intriguing. But yeah, I have that stockpiled up, and I can definitely use it for this event, and I figure what better time to use it than for a legendary event? When else isn't going to go that well? So, yeah, but I want to make the best use out of it, which means I want to be making a powerful meal, and I was like, can I make a powerful meal over that event? And running this Musharna that I just caught with these boosts, it makes plenty of milk, especially paired with our Leafeon, to reliably make that meal. While also, the Comfey can produce a decent amount of ginger and corn. Not quite the amount that we need, but supplemented by the bag space, it definitely can get close. If I theoretically got to level 50, I wouldn't need to stockpile so much. So that is kind of a goal right now, is to get that Comfey to 50. But I'm not sure we're going to have it by the time the Psychic event comes around. So I undershot it, said level 35, because that's where it's at right now. And if I assume that, and I just run these two Raticates for apples and also for berry strength, the Musharna for being a berry specialist, even if I leave it at its current level, yeah, right now it's actually a Muna, not a Musharna. And it's going to start the week off as a Muna, because I don't intend to actually evolve it into Musharna with sleep points spent on, well, we'll see what the data mine says, but usually in these legendary events, they've sold in the event shop an item, an evolution stone. For Raikou, it was a thunderstone. For Entei, it was a firestone. For Suicune, it was a water stone. I'm assuming they're probably going to have a moonstone in the shop, which if that's the case, then I'll use that to evolve this Muna, because why spend the sleep points if it's going to be there in the event shop where there are only so many things you can purchase with it. So, yeah, that's probably one thing that we're going to do, but we don't, even if it's just a level 12 Muna, yeah, this thing is pitiful for berry productivity. Even with the fixed favored berry, I mean, I'm still coming. It's still coming in significantly weaker than the other Pokemon on the team, which is kind of sad. It's almost worse than the Leafeon, even, which doesn't even have, which isn't even a berry specialist. But as part of that's just for it being unevolved. If I got up to say like level 20 and made it a Musharna, then it would do significantly better. But it's still pretty much the same as these Raticates, probably just because the better sub-skills. But one of the things that we're looking for on this is the milk, which it's providing to allow us to make our long-term meal goal, which is honestly huge. So thank you, Musharna. It was a good catch yesterday for this account and this account specifically. But that leads me to, I have an ingredient list here of 63 ginger, 279 corn, 18 milk, 40 apples, roughly, to try and get this for in case I can't get that Comfey to the right level. So I'm starting to stockpile ingredients. Now, some of these I got from the ingredient tickets I have just stockpiled up. I still have a ton from leveling with you all as friends. So, I've still got 24 still stockpiled up, which RNG, it depends on how RNG goes, how many ingredients we actually get that we want from that. But I used a bunch just to get an idea, and we're already at the ginger amount, the milk amount, and the apple amount that I wanted for this. It's just the corn, which the corn is one of those things that could be Comfey dependent. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll actually have it. I wonder, if I make a duplicate of this team, and I make the Comfey level 50 where it gets ingredient finding M, how much corn do I really have to be getting? It's still 29 corn off a day, which, I mean, okay. That I don't need to get any ginger stockpiled then, aside from what it takes to make the meal twice. Because I like to have always, when I'm going into an event week, I like to have 2 crafts of the meal prepped so that I can't get screwed by bad RNG on day 1. So I need 40 ginger, which honestly isn't that much what I was stockpiling, much more than what I was stockpiling anyway. So we would need a lot more corn. It says 29 corn. That's if I want to give that like a safety interval of like 3 extra per day, then we'd be looking at 32 corn. I'm just doing some calcs on the side monitor. 224 corn. I mean, that's less. That's less than what we needed before. But still, I'd like to just get this exact balance just for security's sake, you know. Want to make sure that we're extra careful and making sure that we're not going to get stuck by bad RNG. And also, we don't know where the Comfey is going to be by that point. Anyway, so yeah, that's a big part of what we are prepping right now. But we're also, I'm going to take a moment here to level up the Comfey a bit more. I have some handy candies that I'm willing to spend to get the Comfey some extra candies. It's a rarer Pokemon, and it's good on this account. People don't send the candy all that often because it's not that great in this game. So I would like to try make... Oh, also, notably, I threw the Musharna on the team, or the Muna, just for the sake of getting Sleep XP, and also, it's a Psychic Berry Specialist. It's not the worst thing to run on Lapis. I kind of forgot that I was running Lapis, so that's just an added bonus. I might swap off one of the Radicates for my Comfey to just make a little bit of that corn, or I'll have to make some comparisons of my Drifloon versus my Comfey, because I do have a Drifloon. And with the Comfey being A, B, only having the corn in that A slot, it may actually produce less corn than what the Drifloon produces. I don't know. That's an interesting comparison. So I'll be swapping those around later today. But for now, we are going to go in here, and we're going to take a look at our Comfey. And we are going to work on leveling it. Actually, we'll put it on the team. We'll swap off one of the Radicates. Which one do we want to swap off more? We're not swapping off Sudowoodo. That one's needed for our strength. I'd still like to do relatively well this week. Okay, wait. I did that wrong. And we're keeping Muna for the same sort of reasons. Get some extra XP on it. So this one has helping bonus, sleep XP. This one has berry finding S skill. So this one matters. Levels matter more on this guy, because this one primarily benefits just from the helping bonus, helping the rest of the team. So we'll swap this guy off for this week to add the Comfey, even though we don't really need its ingredients this week, but we do want its sleep XP, and we want the corn is that important part for prepping. And I'm not sure I have a method of producing enough corn for a future week. So we're going to use a Handy Candy M. Actually, we'll use 2 of them. Like I said, this Comfey is one of our biggest investments right now. And then we'll use 3 Handy Candy S to get exactly 50 candies for today, to make sure that we can use that full candy boost. Not gonna forget it. So it's actually level 38 now. That does help our strength out a little bit over the course of that event, but as you can see here, wait. If I do take a look at this, the overall strength is coming in at like about 900k, which I think that is pretty impressive for the sleepers. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's pretty impressive. And that's assuming a few things, like we can't get this Comfey a little bit high. Actually, it's level 38 now. So, 944,000. I guess that's assuming that we do evolve this into a Musharna, which realistically right now it's here. So that does make it significantly weaker, but with proper prep work, and it also assumes the meal's level 1, which the meal will level up very quickly. So that's not going to be accurate either. So I'm expecting... I wouldn't be surprised if we actually break 1,000,000. This might be the first time that the Sleepers breaks 1,000,000 Snorlax strength. Which, I don't know what standard is at this point. If anyone has an account that was started around the same time as this, which was about 5-ish months ago, I believe, then it would be... I know one of you guys reached out to me a while back and said that we started around the same time. I would love to make that comparison again, and actually see how much I've stunted myself by restricting myself to these Pokemon in comparison to that account. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, let's take a look at our sleep session. Now, last night wasn't perfect. It was better for the sleepers than it was for my other account, but I did start the sleep session a little bit late and I had to get up early, so it did result in not a perfect sleep score, which is alright. My other account suffered more because there were issues tracking on the Go++. Anyway, balanced sleep, as always. I don't know why I said that like it was a surprise. That's how it always is on the sleepers. Got five sleep styles. Woof. That feels like Lapis for you. But one of them should be hungry at least. Hey, our first Ralts. And we got Androtini. Here's the problem with going to Lapis. Lapis is too good. I think the only thing here that we can even catch is the Riolu. Too many good things spawn here. And also, Ralts is boosted this week as well. New sleep styles galore, though. This should help us in unlocking the old gold power plant, theoretically. That's still a long ways away, though. Sleep styles are never a bad thing, though. And then Dratini. How cute. And honestly, I think that Riolu, I think I used an incense for it. But if that's the case, yeah, I did. It's a good thing I used that incense, otherwise it'd be literally nothing I could give my... I'd have to biscuit something that I can't use. Because Jigglypuff and Igglybuff both evolve into Wigglytuff and Energy for Everyone Healer, which is well beyond the scope of this account. I guess actually, wait a minute. I have something to consider here. I forgot about this. Ralts is legal. I know it sounds crazy, but Ralts is legal if I evolve it into a Gallade. So, I can't really use it as a Ralts because it has Energy for Everyone, which that is a hard boundary for me. I am not going to use any kind of Energy for Everyone, because otherwise I could just use an under-evolved Cresselia to get around the restrictions I put on myself. So I'm going to have to, since it doesn't take, it just takes a Moonstone for evolving from Cresselia into that, and it takes levels to evolve from Ralts into Cresselia. So I wouldn't use it as a Ralts or a Cresselia or a Gardevoir. But Gallade is legal, because Extra Helpful S is on my list of legal skills. And genuinely, I think Gallade is more useful to me than Riolu. Because Riolu is like, I mean, it's a Dream Shard Magnet Pokemon. I don't need that on this account. And if I do, I'm going to go for a better option, because there are better options that are still accessible to me. Even the Musharna is like competing with the Riolu despite being a berry specialist. So I don't really care about Riolu at all. The only reason why I was considering it was because it's here. However, if I catch a good Ralts, Gallade is our best option on this account for building a Berry Bomb, if I ever want to do that strategy. So, because it is the best at extra helpful, which still does work for Berry Bombing, so I think actually catching Ralts is reasonable. Oh boy, the phone has a software update ready to install. How cool. Of course that one's full, but it doesn't matter because we have 2 on the screen. Oh, we're going to run out of biscuits. Okay. So we'll catch a Ralts. Just to take something home today. We're going to ignore the hungry puffs. Puff and buff. And just take home the Ralts. And if this thing has phenomenal stats, it is going to hurt to everybody watching to see me evolve it into a Gallade. Because, man, this account could use some energy for everyone, but... I'm sending out Dratini. This account could use some energy for everyone, but it can't. It could use it, but it can't. Because that is a restriction I'm putting upon myself. Alrighty, 2,000 Dream Shards and 1,000 Research XP. Not too terrible. We definitely had better, but we've had worse. Okay, what's the Ralts got? Is this a Gallade? Lonely Nature, that's good. Speed up, energy down. I really don't like energy down on this account specifically, just because energy is such a struggle for us. But you know, I mean, if it were flipped and it was Help Speed S, Skill Trigger S, maybe that'd be a difficult sell even then, because it would take 2 sub-skill seeds, which I'm not going to have that kind of sub-skill seeds anytime soon, because I'm still going to want to sub-skill the Leafeon first and foremost. So this one would be a tough sell as it is, even if these last 2 sub-skills were first. But they're at 75 and 100, so we're just going to leave it. I'm so glad I remember that Ralts is actually legal to catch on this account. Just not for the typical purpose people think of Ralts for. Because how many people do you see using a Gallade? Seriously, nobody uses it in this game. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Down in the description, I'll leave a link to join the Discord. Please join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon, Sleep, and the like. We're a great community of people, and I think it's pretty great and informative to connect. So, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.